Every year I set some goals for the new year. I try to start with that in November, December of the previous year. And then I review them again at the start of my year. In this case, the 5th of January, because that's my first working day. I also have a really cute new planner, so I'm using that one. I definitely got influenced by the internet. This is the Hobonichi planner. I think it's the weekly one. It's really small. You can put it in like a pocket. It came with stickers as well. Some of these are stickers that I already had, but these ones are the ones that came with it. There's like weekly pages, but there's also some notes in the back. And I'm using that one for my goal setting this year. I also love using Post-its because they're really small, so you can't put too much down. And that's kind of the first step in my goal setting. I want to be as precise as possible, but also they can be big, but they can't take up too many steps. There can't be too many goals for the year. I don't want the year to be feeling overwhelming before it's actually properly started yet. So every year I set goals in the categories of my life, my personal life, my creativity, and my business goals. I'm a full-time artist. My name is Roxy. I've been sharing my journey, my artist journey on here for about 3 years. I have loads of videos on studio vlogs, but also more like businessy videos. The last video I posted was actually on my income of last year. And in this video, I'm kind of sharing a little bit about that as well. Since last year for me was a little bit weird and I had goals, but well, let's throw those out the window. A few of those goals have been taken with me to this year as well. And one of those is to keep financial health. I guess I'm translating it a bit weird, but it means basically having a buffer and also paying down my student debt. I've started on both, and my student debt is also like half done, but I want to fix it like fully this year. See how far I get, because those are both saving goals. So the student debt comes first and then the buffer comes. Another big goal of mine is to take more time off, and that kind of corresponds with like mental health and taking more rest. I wrote down actually having guilt-free off days. Another big goal of mine is to make a new series of work, a new body of work. It started last year, did not continue because I painted not that much. But this year I really want to make more work. I've also started already a little bit with charcoal, and I am excited to go at it. I wrote down 8 paintings for this year, which means like bigger paintings. I like to have that exact number because sometimes it feels very abstract. And if I write down a number, I can just say, this is this painting, this is this painting, and now I have 8, and that makes sense. The smaller sketches don't count. It's really the big paintings for me. Like small sketches I can make, I don't know how many I'm gonna make, but oil paintings I can plan. Going to the business goals, one of them is to re-release my online course, my work in progress online course about imaginary friends. I released that last year and I made it last year as well. I want to expand on it, release it again, and then make a new course as well. Then there's my work in progress workshops, which I have in my studio. And I want to continue those workshops, but then I also want to teach one bigger one. Maybe have like video on my desk live and teach it to people. Because I got a request last year to teach a workshop for like 100 people or like 150. It did not continue, but then it did get me thinking like, hey, that sounds fun actually. I want to try to do this, but how would I do that? That would involve like hiring other people to help. It's just a step bigger than what I've done so far, because there's like a maximum of 25 people in my studio, and that's already a lot. Then my next business/creative goal is to make portrait commissions. Last year I joined a TV program and I won. Kind of weird to say won because she just picked my portraits, but I guess that's how everyone else sees it. And I've had portrait commissions requests coming in. I have not made it precise like how I want to dive into that, but it does seem really interesting. I actually have people coming in this month to see if it works, and I want to build on that. Then I have my live illustration business that I do like guest portraits at events. I've made like a separate video on that, and I want to expand on that by combining my live drawing skills at like model drawing sessions with live painting, or maybe just paint live instead of just doing like separate portraits. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to have like a new offer there. The next goal is for my Patreon is to review what has worked the past 2.5 years and what I like, and maybe if I want to do like a physical thing like a postcard club or whatever. I've always said I did not want to do this, but last year I actually found out like having physical postcards is something very valuable, as in it's just a personal thing. So I don't know yet if I want to do this, if I want to do like a mini print club, or I don't know yet, but I want to review it. Then another business goal is to do summer markets. I've done that this year as well. No, last year as well. But I want to review my stall and I want to make more handmade prints like silk screens, rezos, linos instead of digital prints. That also goes hand in hand with shop updates. Last year I found out that I really liked having a shop update for just 3 weeks and then closing the shop and not having to worry about anything of it. And I want to do that again. Regarding my shop, I also have to move it and my subscription is ending. So that's always something that seems small and then it turns out into this really big thing. So I guess that's also some sort of like a review. And then the last goal of mine is to sketch more and do more model drawings, because I picked it up at the end of the year and I really like it. It's just so fast and my brain turns off or it turns on and it's just fun. Like the sketches are very loose. I don't know, maybe it could be more like the drawing part of me. One more life goal, by the way, is I don't know if we're gonna get that in this year, but we want to get a dog and we want to get a puppy. So that's gonna be a big task. We have like a bigger trip planned at the end of the year, and obviously we don't want to get a puppy and then go on holiday. So we're gonna look after that trip, but I'm so excited. So yeah, that's a big change. Then those were kind of my goals. I write them down on Post-its. Next to that, I also make an income goal and divide that into the different categories that are my income streams. If you want to look more into detail, that's my last video. But for 2026, I have the same goal as I had last year, which is gross income of 45,000. Who knows if we're gonna make it, we'll see. This kind of felt a little bit empty to write down, but I still felt like I had to do it. Like last year, it made a lot of sense to do it because I could really see the projects and put like prices on it, even though it didn't work out. This year, I feel like, I don't know, we'll just see. I kind of based them on last year's income streams. But it does really help if you've never thought about it. Next to those income streams, I also write down how I'm going to make those amounts, and that's just per category. It's just so that the numbers do not feel empty. And that's all that I wrote down. We will see what will happen. The thing is with writing these goals is sometimes I get so excited at the beginning of the year and I feel like I have to do everything at once. We're not going to do that this year. It's okay to write down the goals, but it's not okay to do them all at once. It's more of a motivation throughout the year. And to help me with that, I went to the page with the yearly planning, and there I wrote down per quarter, and it's like a tiny space, what part of my goals I wanted to finish or wanted to start. So it has making own work, but it also has my course. It has painting portrait commissions, but also a shop update. And then in December, it even has holidays. So it's kind of a really rough way to plan out the year. Last year I made like a really detailed yearly planning, and I noticed I didn't look at it again. One thing that did help me was plan out workshops dates throughout the year. But the reason I did that is because I just did not plan in time, and it helped me to make that a habit. So I think I don't need it this year anymore, and that's basically the only reason that I put it down. I hope that helped. Let me know your goals for the year, or maybe if you don't have any goals, because I don't think like you need any goals. It just helps me to kind of think on the things that I find important. And if there's nothing I want to do, because I don't think there's too many big goals this year, then why is that? Because I think I am mostly doing things from last year that I did not manage to finish, and that's fine. Maybe that's for you as well. Anyway, if you want to check out the income video I made, you can click here and watch that. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. It's probably going to be a while though. I'm not going to make like a lot of videos this month, just this planning one, but I'll see you. Bye.